Hey there, I'm just a faggot with no friends. I did make a video about a month ago saying that I'm 34, gay, and have no friends, and I actually got a lot of feedback from that video. Like, so many people in the gay community reached out to me telling me that they felt the same exact way as me, that they wish they could be friends with me, blah, blah, blah. But we don't live in the same state, so it's really hard for me to have a long distance friend just because I already have enough of a hard time keeping up with people, let alone someone that doesn't even live here. I'm definitely an in-person kind of friend. Like, I love to do things in person. I love experiences. I'm not someone that's gonna like sit there and text you all day. I used to be like that in my younger years, but as I've gotten older, I've definitely become more of a recluse and a lone wolf, and I don't need all of that constant attention. And I honestly get super overwhelmed when people text me a lot. Like, I'll ask someone, hey, how are you? And then I get like a wall of texts, and then I'm just like, I don't even reply. It's like it completely overwhelms me. And it's not that I don't like that person. It's just like I get super overwhelmed by all of that, like having to answer all of that and everything. I'd much prefer a voice note, to be honest. I'm much more of a voice note kind of listener. I go on a lot of walks, and so I can listen to the voice note and then respond how I want to instead of sitting there and reading a wall of text. But that's not necessarily what this video is about. It's just about the fact that I finally felt like I was a little understood, and it's been a great experience being able to tell all of you everything about my life and how I feel about things and how I have a hard time connecting with people. And so when I get messages from people telling me that they feel the same way, it's like, oh my gosh, like I'm not alone. Posting that partly was like, maybe I could find some friends in my city, or maybe a long distance one that I could kind of keep up with. And I actually did. I actually did meet someone from my YouTube channel, and we started kind of talking a lot. We started Instagramming, and then we started texting, and then we started voice noting, and I was getting along very well with this person. And I was like, oh my gosh, maybe I can finally have like a good gay friend. And don't get me wrong, I have a really great gay friend in Austin. We don't hang out all the time, which is totally okay. So I don't want to throw him under the bus at all, because he's one of my favorite people on the planet, and I'm super thankful that we met from work. I was so used to, when I was younger, having like a shit ton of friends and always being in constant contact with people. And I don't know where that kind of shift happened to where I get overwhelmed with people talking to me now. And like, I just ignore everybody, and not from a malicious place. Again, it's just like, I don't know what happened that I am not good at keeping up with people anymore. And so it makes people think that I don't care. But the funny thing is, they don't really reach out to me either. It's always like this, same with my family. It's always like, you don't ever call us, you don't ever talk to us, you don't ever message us. Well, you don't ever tell me, you don't ever reach out to me either. So why is it always like on me to be the one to reach out? Like, I'm the one that went through a torturous life coming out as gay when I was 13, all the way until like now at 34. And none of you reached out to me in my 20s when I was dealing with it the most, or in my early teens too. Like, you didn't reach out to me then. So now you're trying to reach out to me, and then you make me feel bad about reaching out to you or not reaching out to you. And so anyway, I started talking to this guy, and I didn't want any kind of non-friendship thing. I didn't want any sexual relationship with this person. I just wanted to have a good friend that I could talk to, that I felt like they understood my views and how I feel about the world and everything. Because it's hard to find. Even if I find a good gay friend, they don't necessarily agree with me, and that's okay. Like my friend in Austin, he doesn't agree with all of the things that I say, but he also doesn't make me feel bad about it. So I really appreciate him. But it would be nice to find a friend also that agrees with my viewpoints on the world and everything, just so I can have someone to talk to about it without like feeling like it's just one-sided. And so I was really thankful that I met someone off of my YouTube, because they saw like what my viewpoints were, and they told me they agreed, and then we could talk about those kinds of things. But then I noticed a little shift at a certain point. We were talking on video chat one night. We talked for like a good hour or two, and I'm not one to talk on the phone or video chat for that long at all. So he was lucky that I even talked past 30 minutes. And so I go to bed early. I go to bed at like 8 or 9 p.m. I am such a grandpa. And so at around like 9 o'clock, I was like, all right, well, I gotta go. Like, I need to go to bed. And I could just see it in his face and the way he responded, like that he was not happy about it. And I was like, okay, well, it's not that big of a deal. Like, I'm not going to talk to you for 5 hours, bro. And it reminded me so much of my ex in that moment. And they're both Scorpios, so I'm not surprised. But I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. So I was like, whatever, maybe it was just like a one-off thing. Maybe he was just like upset because he wanted to continue talking to me. I mean, who wouldn't want to continue to talk to me? I get it. I was just like, whatever. So then I noticed he was being kind of distant, and I got really sick, and I talked about it in a few of my videos recently. And I was out for like a good 3 days. And when I'm sick, I don't reply to anybody. I don't talk to anybody. I want to even look at my phone. I had my phone literally in the bathroom away from me so I could limit the amount of EMF radiation that I'm getting. And so I left it in there for like 3 days. And so I wasn't replying, and I would reply randomly and be like, hey, I'm sorry, I'm just sick. I'm not ignoring you, whatever. And he just wasn't really replying to me. So I was like, oh, great. Here we go with this like dramatic Scorpio bullshit. And so anyway, he lives pretty close to Vegas. So I was like, hey, like a couple weeks ago, I was like, hey, maybe you could drive out to Vegas and we could hang out for a night. And like, if you need to crash here, you totally can. Cause I knew we'd be drinking and stuff. I wouldn't want him to drive all the way back home drunk. So I was like, we can crash here. I have a huge couch that is actually where this camera is sitting on right now. And he could have slept there. No problem. Wasn't even going to charge him anything. Like, you can just stay here for the night. And it's Christmas. So I figured like, he could come for a night and then he'd probably be with his family. I wasn't planning on a whole vacation together. And so then he texts me that his family decided that they were going to do Christmas at a later time. Okay. And he said, what would you think about me coming for the entire trip? And I'm like, okay, but like in my head, I'm like, we haven't even met yet. I don't know you at all other than just like our conversations. I was fine with us hanging out one night, whatever. But I don't want my entire trip to be with somebody. I wanted to come here and kind of just take a step back, be alone. Like I was fine the first night. Like we go out, get drunk, have a good time. And then the rest of the trip, I was just going to kind of recharge and like regroup and get inspired and just be alone. I love being alone. And I need that alone time to recharge, especially if I'm spending money to come out of town. I don't like, unless I planned on coming with a group of people or somebody, then fine. But like I planned on coming myself this entire time. But then I was going to compromise and like make a new friend, have a really good time with him that night. And then he goes home and goes hang out with his family. So then he texts me and asks me if he can come the entire trip. And so then I'm like, hey, like I would love to hang out with you the one night like we planned, but I wanted to have some alone time on this trip. Like it's a vacation. And then he responds, and this is where I was like, this is my ex, my Scorpio ex that I was with for 6 years. This is the exact response that I got from him if he didn't get his way. It's always the same old passive aggressive, pissed off response when they don't get their way. And I'm sorry if you're a Scorpio, but like, you know what I'm talking about. Like, don't even try and act like you don't. You all act like dramatic little babies when you don't get your way. I said, like, I just wanted to have some alone time, but I'm down to like have a good time that one night and whatever. And he just goes, wow, embarrassing. I guess I'm just not going to come at all. Enjoy your time alone. It's like, oh, Jesus Christ, dude, calm down. So dramatic. Like my ex literally sounds exactly like my ex. Like I couldn't even make it up. So honestly, it was probably a good thing that we didn't become friends because like I can't handle, like it would have sucked if we became really good friends. We're friends for like a year. I was even like gonna let him be on start a podcast with me. And now I'm like glad that I'm doing it alone. But like, what if we had been friends for like a year and then he pulled this shit and then just is like pissed off? And so I responded to that being like, well, that was unfair. Like I plant, like we haven't met before. You can't expect someone that you've never met before to spend their entire vacation with you. Like, I'm sorry. I don't think I'm in the wrong here. What do you guys think? Like, I just was like, really thrown off by that response. And so I sent all that stuff saying like, that's just unfair. I really wanted to like meet you and have a good time with you. And then like I don't know where I was at. I just got completely interrupted by the intercom that they keep putting in this hotel room. But I was saying that I was hoping that we could go on this trip for the one night and like have a really good time. And in the future, kind of grow our friendship. And then maybe we do a full vacation together. But this vacation was for me. And I planned this before we even met. You know what I mean? And so it was just super unfair. And he hasn't said anything back to that since then, completely just ignored me like a little Scorpio baby. And so I deleted his number. I unfollowed him on Instagram. Like, I'm not dealing with that. I'm not I don't even care if he was planning on coming back to apologize. I'm not accepting any apologies. I'm no longer like giving myself up for people that are going to treat me like that. Like, if you want to be a real friend and a normal human, hit me up. Otherwise, I'm just not interested. Okay. And so this year's going to be all about making like true friends that I can have conversations with that can be in reality a little bit and can grow with me as a friend. And I'm also planning on reconnecting with people that I've kind of let go to the wayside because I feel bad about that. And I want to rekindle some of the really good friendships that I had in the past. Like, I just get annoyed that this is always the kind of the situation, especially with gay men. It's either they expect so much out of you or they want to you. And it's like, I just want a gay friend. Like, even when I went on Bumble BFF, which is like Bumble, but to find a friend, I would go on all these friend dates and they would all try to hook up with me. And I'm just like, can't, like, if I wanted that, I would have just been on Grindr, bro. And so I met a really good straight friend on Bumble BFF in Austin, and he's awesome. He doesn't bother me. He doesn't try to have sex with me. I mean, I wouldn't say no if he did, but that's beside the point. Anyway, just wanted to hop on here to rant a little bit about my situation after posting that I have no friends. And I still don't really have any gay friends other than my friend in Austin. Love you, boo. I know you're watching. Do you guys deal with this shit with gay guys, or is it just me? Anyway, I'll catch you in the next video.